Okay, so we're here set up and you can show us your magic.
All right, are you guys ready? So I just put a bunch of alcohol on my paper, Yupo paper, and I add a little bit of my ink here. And you can see both of them are already reacting. The colors are gorgeous. But what I like to do sometimes is throw in a little bit of one of my metallics. As you can see, there's a lot of metallics in my pieces. And that will blend together as I move it. And this is one of the techniques I have, is just pouring, moving the paper a certain way to get that flow going. And when I do that, I don't know if you can see it, I add a little bit more alcohol and things are kind of happening, right?
Oh, wow.
So another way to do to move that medium is by using a brush. So let's say I want some dramatic sky in here. So I will just tilt the paper. Can you see that? And get some lovely fades in here.
Beautiful.
All right. So here's maybe part of my sky, and the alcohol evaporates as you work.
Okay.
So it dries quite quickly depending how much stuff I put in. So once, again, you can add more alcohol to get the paint or the ink moving. Now if I put a little bit of gold on it, I can start creating some lovely golds in. Again, this process takes a little bit of time to get set the way you want it. But let's say this would be my sky now. And a lot of the times I also use air dryer and air gun to move some of the big pieces, because I would never be able to blow with the straw, creating some maybe nice little corners and reaction, and the reaction between the two is quite settled, but then as soon as you start moving it again, you get some nice texture and such.
Oh, wow.
And like just for example, to see how different colors react, if I go with my green here now, let's say I would like to have some sort of landscape starting. I add my alcohol, and two of them combine are starting to mix on its own. So I do mix my own colors these days. I've been lucky enough to have enough time to really focus on that the last year, and I find it fascinating mixing inks.
Oh, why so?
Well, they come in so many colors, but I really want to, when I want to get something very specific, I find you can get so many colors, so many shades of greens and blues and turquoise. But right now, when two of them mix together, already they're fluid, and already they're creating their own palette here. So once again, you have to be open-minded, because things might not go exactly the way you want it, but that's okay. That's why we have an adventure happening here right now. I have no idea what's going to happen. And I'll show you a little trick here with I like to use some different tools to create perhaps a line of trees coming here. And as soon as I start moving it, boom, goes.
Yeah.
One drop of alcohol, check this out.
Wow.
One drop of gold. Again, magic starts happening again. With one drop of alcohol, you can change the entire piece.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right? This might not look like anything yet, but give me a couple hours and I will create some sort of landscape out of it. And the beauty of this is it dries really fast.
Okay.
And then as soon as it dries, you can change everything by adding a little bit more ink, a
Oh,
little bit more
wow.
alcohol,
Okay.
a little bit of whatever, right? So
And you never use water, is that right?
ever, just to clean my brush at the end
Okay.
of the experience. So in my classes, I will teach the basics of it, and people will always finish a piece.
Okay.
Whether it's a landscape, or maybe we'll focus on a wave or something fun and easy, without focusing on trying to keep things all in one line, right? So you can brush on and create your layers and create the landscape. And here comes the water. Well, not water, but water in my piece that I maybe would like to be a lake.
Right.
Yeah. So that would probably be what I would show you today, just to see how the colors react together and how fun it is to play with it. And literally in one stroke you can change the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's super fun to play with.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for showing us all of this, Paulina.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.